Really, really gutted. Now that's it. There's 4 competitions you can win. You can aim to win in a season. We're out of 2 of them, and Premier League and Champions League to go. The most difficult ones to win. That's why I look at the FA Cup as a meaningful trophy that is, you have a realistic chance of winning every year. And yeah, like the League Cup is obviously not big enough. I'd never be happy with that as a minimum. For me, it's always FA Cup. I look at that and I think, I want to add to our history in that competition. And for Mikel Arteta, he needs to start winning trophies. Last year, not winning a trophy, I thought was a really, really poor return for the team. And it really disappointed me that the whole season sort of was wasted in a sense when it comes to winning trophies. Ultimately, that is what football is about. Don't let Tottenham Hotspur's existence convince you otherwise. You are here to win trophies. And, it's going to be a whole lot more difficult for us this season. Liverpool are obviously a very decent team, and I was gutted when we got them in the 3rd round draw because you want a bit of an easier game, don't get me wrong. And look at the way Arsenal are playing these days. Absolute inability to finish. It would have been nice to have had a more relaxed game. Like you've seen Man City going in 5-0 today. I would have loved Arsenal to have had a game against a team, lower league opposition, where we can turn around and say, you know what, we don't even have to go full strength and we know we've got this. But hey, the cards that we were dealt were the league leaders. It wasn't away from home. It's tougher for Liverpool, I guess, to say they have to come to Arsenal away. But look, what they've done, they've come here. They've weathered a storm. Arsenal had chance after chance after chance. So much of that was Liverpool's doing, and really we should have had a goal. Well, we should have had multiple goals in the first 10 minutes, but we just can't finish. We absolutely cannot finish. I'm 5 at 5 tomorrow. I'm going to do the research because I'm asking myself the question: when was the last time we scored more than 1 goal in a game? Honestly, I can't remember. I can't remember the last time we scored more than a goal in a game. We are absolutely toothless at the moment. And today, Arteta's tried Kai Havertz up front. Tell me when Kai Havertz has ever made his name as a, lone striker. He's been a good support striker in Germany. He made his reputation there and did quite well doing that job. False 9 maybe, but today, I just didn't see it. And listen, he didn't play badly. I'm not picking on him at all. I'm just talking about the fact that, this is what we're doing at the moment to try and come up with different solutions, and it's just not working. I think it's interesting as well that I look at some players in our team and I think you'd never ever pull them out of their position to go and do another job. And that's because they're so good at what they do and they're sort of indispensable. So you'd never take Erdegaard out of what he does and ask him to go and do a different job, elsewhere on the pitch. Same with Saka. He's always going to be right wing because he's that bloody good. The fact that Mikel Arteta feels like, do you know what, I'm going to pull Havertz out from what he usually does, that sort of forward left position, and make him go up front. I think he just tells a story that maybe he doesn't actually view him as indispensable, and who would? Because he hasn't been that great this season. Did okay today, but ultimately not enough. I wouldn't say this experiment was a success because he had chances and he didn't score them. But I'm not just going to talk about Havertz today. Today, Bukayo Saka, awful game for him. He had really good sort of opportunities to get a decent shot on target, and it was a very weak shot. He had opportunities to play other people in, didn't do it. Not really not his day, but he's such a good player for us, so consistent. So when it doesn't work for him, you just got to take it on the chin. Martinelli, when he came on, I thought, right, this game now is going to look really exciting, even though I was actually disappointed that Reece Nelson came off, because I thought Reece Nelson was doing quite well. And Liverpool's style of play actually suits Arsenal for Reece Nelson to play, especially against Alexander-Arnold. But when Martinelli came on, he ripped Alexander-Arnold to pieces. I think in a couple of minutes, he took him on twice, megged him if I'm not mistaken, looked absolutely brilliant, like it was tearing him a new one. And at the end of the game, you look at it and you say, well, Trent had the last laugh. Assist, and he made the difference for that first goal. But I don't know what to say. I'm really gutted. Mikel Arteta obviously took this game seriously, because look at that starting lineup. That was a really, really, really strong team that he put out. And I'm glad he put that team out because I'm taking it seriously as a fan. I really want to win it. And I think he sent the right message by putting out a strong team. But unfortunately, we just didn't perform. And I said it in my last game, Mikel Arteta needs to earn his money and get Arsenal out of this rut. Right now we are absolutely in a rut and it's not working for us. So, I don't know, just really, really disappointed. Let's look at the first goal that Liverpool scored. Own goal from Jacob Kivior. He's been at the club for a while now. Yet to be convinced that he belongs at this club, that his level is appropriate for Arsenal Football Club. I think you see like someone like Tommy Yasu who's come in and you think, actually, do you know what? He's got something to him. Quite a dependable player. Kivior, I just don't see it, and unfortunate own goal today. When I looked at that, every time Ramsdale plays, I think there's a lot of focus on him because you've got to sort of ask the question: is he doing enough to get back in the team ahead of David Raya? Where we need to make that David Raya permanent, and I'd love it if Aaron Ramsdale came in, absolutely bossed every game he played in, so that we didn't go and spend that money on David Raya. Because the truth be told, I feel like with Ramsdale and Raya, we're going to end up with two keepers, and obviously Ramsdale's not going to stick around forever. But neither of them are elite. Neither of them are absolutely brilliant. Look at Alisson today. Arsenal had opportunities, they had chances. Either our own poor finishing or Alisson couldn't get past him. But then when it comes to our keepers, I don't ever really feel like David Raya this season is single-handedly keeping us in a game. And I feel like, we haven't got an elite keeper. If it was up to me, if we don't believe in Ramsdale, if Arteta doesn't believe in Ramsdale, then don't sign Raya. Go and sign a truly, truly elite keeper. I don't know who that is, don't know who would be available and realistic, but neither of these are at the elite level. So why go for one to another? It's a bit of a sideways move, really. Ramsdale, though, unlucky not to have an assist. What he laid on in like the 3rd minute for Reece Nelson, that should have been a goal. And that's the thing with Arsenal. Look, if you're not going to take your chances, we had about 5 chances in the first 10 minutes. And if you're not going to take them, this is what's going to happen. Liverpool, I felt like they grew into the game. They were comfortable and confident that as long as they hang in there, they'll get a goal, they'll get a chance, and that's exactly what they did. They're on to the next round. Disappointed. Awful. What's wrong?
Everything. Can't hit the back of the net.
Can't hit the back of the net. There we go. It's really, really disappointing. But listen, it's January, and we can change that. We can add to the transfer window. We can add to our team in the transfer window. We need a proper striker. Go get that striker. Ivan Toney scored a hat-trick in some sort of warm-up game or something recently. That's what we need. We need to go and get that striker.